go on Twitter, have a conversation with someone, or watch the news without ISIS being mentioned. It is everywhere. So ISIS has taken a new approach right now, and they're following North Americans on Twitter. So if you tweet about it, whoa, I went too far there. Tweet about it, for or against, and you may wake up with hundreds of Islamic rogues following you. So this is an example of Jennifer Williams. She tweeted, "Sorry to read the Quran to learn about terrorist beliefs, but ended up converting to Islam because what it said, Muslim apologies, sorry not sorry." And this was more a play on the hashtag Muslim apologies. She wasn't supporting ISIS or anything like that. But that night she went to bed with 60 followers, friends, family, co-workers, and she woke up with thousands of ISIS supporters following her. The first count was 4,300, and last I checked she had 9,000 followers, and the majority of them were still ISIS supporters. So this is Jennifer Williams. She's a blonde Texan. She's a lover of red lipstick, and she's adorning tattoos. So she's really not your classic Muslim, but she's seen as a role model for what she tweeted. And so her words that were in the tweet are plastered everywhere in Saudi Arabia right now. The tweet is roaming, and her picture is being used as a visual of religious transformation. So like in this, you can see that they use her picture, but they blur it out. And she wrote a really good quote in her blog explaining this. She said, "You know you're dealing with some serious Islamic hardliners when they blur out your face to protect Islamic modesty. You could still tell I was a blonde, white American girl, the holy grail of Muslim converts." They still use her photo, they blur it out. So this article caught my attention because it's happening to a handful of people in Calgary. And one of those people is my best friend. She is a social buff. She lives for current events, so it's no surprise that she tweeted about ISIS. The tweet that got all the attention was a quote her teacher had said in social class. And it wasn't for or against, it was kind of just a pun. But with that, she gained hundreds of Twitter followers, and who, like Jennifer Williams, were Islamic extremists. Which is incredibly scary because they track that kind of stuff, and she could be like a terrorist or something like that. So she did deactivate it, but later that day she received call after call from pro-Islamic numbers. Higher people are involved with that now, so it's not as scary as it seems. But I'm talking about a 17-year-old girl who's in high school and still in grade 12, who all of a sudden has the attention of a bunch of supporters of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And like I said before, she isn't the only one that it's happening to. It's happening to a handful of people in Calgary. So this shows that you need to be very careful of what you put on the internet. And I know you've all heard that from your parents and everything like that, but you tweet your phone number and you might have people from ISIS calling you later that day. And most importantly, what this taught me is that you really need to be careful of what you say on the internet, because once it's out there, you can't take it back. So like Jennifer Williams, she tweeted that. Her words were used against her as a miscommunication, and now she can't take that back.